Hi, I'm Rahul Dogra, and today we'll be starting a new chapter of science called Acids, Bases, and Salts. This PPT has been made by Siali Pimple, and let's start without any further ado. We will be learning about three topics as shown in our table of contents: acids, bases, and natural indicator. Now we'll go into detail in all three of them. So let's move forward. Okay guys, so activity time. Now we'll do a small activity. You guys can see a table in front of you, right? On one side there are food items, while on the other side it's blank, which we have to fill up with taste, like what the food item tastes like. Lemon juice can be sour, sugar can be sweet, for which we'll put other, right? So we have to differentiate between sour, bitter, and other. So I'll give you guys 10 seconds and then we'll do it together. Okay, so let's get started. Lemon juice, I already told you, sour. Even orange juice is sour. Cucumber is not exactly sour, it's more of tasteless, right? So we'll put O for that. Other. Curd is sour. And S. Tamarind, imli, even that's sour. Now sugar comes under other because it's sweet, it's neither sour nor bitter. And even common salt is not exactly sour or bitter, though it gives taste to our food. So put O. Amla is sour, right? So S. Baking soda. Now, you guys probably have not tried baking soda because it's not something you eat. It's used to make cakes, right? But it tastes really bitter. Grapes. Grapes also sour, so S. And even unripe mango is sour. Now, to all the guys who got it right, congrats. Now, how will this help us going forward? Well, remember we were learning about acids and bases, right? So acids and bases have different tastes, and we can use that to identify them. Now I'll tell you which one is sour and which one is bitter in the next slide. So let's move on. Okay, so first we'll learn about acids. Okay, so substances that taste sour contain acids, because of which curd, lemon juice, orange juice, all of them contain acids, right? And substances which contain acids are called acidic in nature. Now you must be wondering, aren't acids harmful to us, like if you would have seen movies or just read about it in the newspaper? Well, acids are harmful to us, but those are strong acids. When we have to handle strong acids, even in the lab, we wear safety goggles as well as gloves. But in the food items we eat, we have weak acids like curd, lemon juice, and weak acids are not that harmful to us, because of which we are able to use them. Later on, I'll tell you how we can differentiate between strong acids and weak acids. Here are some examples of acidic substances such as milk, vinegar, pineapple. Now, you must have heard your dad complaining about acidity, stomach pain, or even you might have had issues with stomach pain. One of the reasons for that is acids. What exactly happens is our stomach creates acid to help digest food. But when we consume too much acidic substances, like if you drink too much milk at one go or pineapple, then the acid starts building up, which is because of which stomach pain happens. Right? Later on, I'll tell you why we drink lime juice or something of that sort to help reduce stomach pain. That's due to base and neutralization. Now we'll start our second topic, bases. Bases. Generally, substances like these, which are bitter in taste and feel soapy on touching, are known as bases, such as baking soda. So, how do you identify bases? They're bitter in taste, unlike acids, which are sour, and they also feel soapy on touching. Soapy as in slippery, they have a slippery texture to them. And substances which have bases are known as basic in nature. Some examples of bases are soap, toothpaste, and washing powder. Now you will notice that they all have something in common, right? That they all are used for cleaning. Why is that? Well, because bacteria in our mouth prefer an acidic environment to grow. because of which our toothpaste is basic in nature. It helps react with the acid and clean out the germs. As for soap and washing powder, we can use acid to clean as well, but acid is harmful in nature. It will damage our skin and our clothes, while a base will help moisturize our skin and it will keep the life of our clothes longer as well. Because of that, we use base for majority of our cleaning products. Although to clean our washroom or floor, we use acid products. Do you know? These are some examples of acids and bases which we use in our day-to-day lives, such as vinegar has acetic acid, and ant's sting has formic acid, citrus fruits has citric acid. Citrus fruits are like orange, lemon, etc. While curd has lactic acid. Not only curd, most milk products have lactic acid such as ghee, butter, etc. Spinach has oxalic acid while tamarind and grapes have tartaric acid and amla has ascorbic acid. Now on to bases. Lime water contains calcium hydroxide while a window cleaner has ammonium hydroxide. Soap has sodium hydroxide which is used for cleaning, and milk of magnesia has magnesium hydroxide. These are some of the day-to-day acids and bases we deal with. And now let's go ahead with the next topic. Our third topic is natural indicators. Now, natural indicators are what we use to help differentiate between acids and bases, and we'll see the different type of natural indicators in a moment. Now we can't taste every substance to find out whether it's acidic or basic in nature, right? Like for the substances that have weak acids and bases, we can still do it, but not for substances which have strong acids and bases. So what do we use then? We use indicators, right? An indicator helps tell us whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature. How? By changing its color. An indicator will change its color when you put it into an acidic solution or a basic solution, right? Now some common type of indicators which we use are turmeric, litmus, China rose petals, etc. Out of these, the one you will be dealing the most with is litmus. Litmus is also the one which you will be using in your lab, right? So now let's go ahead and learn about these indicators in detail. Some examples of natural indicators are litmus, turmeric, China rose, and beetroot juice. Now for your lab, you'll mostly be using litmus, such as litmus paper, which are strips of paper which will change color depending on whether you use an acidic solution or a basic solution. Of course, if you want to try it at home, then you should probably use turmeric since it is easier to find, right? So now let's learn about these in more detail. Litmus. The most commonly used natural indicator is litmus. It is extracted from lichens. It has a mauvey color in distilled water. That means that when you put litmus in normal standing water, it turns purple in color, right? Like this. Now, when you add that to an acidic solution, it will turn red in color. While when you add that to a basic solution, it will turn blue in color. This is how we use to differentiate between acidic solutions and basic solutions. Now you'll generally find litmus paper available in two colors, red color and blue color, and it will be available in forms of paper, strips of paper, right? And for your lab activity too, you'll be using this litmus paper to help differentiate between acidic and basic natures. Now turmeric. Turmeric is a common spice in curry as an indicator for acidity and basicity. We probably all know turmeric as haldi, which we all use at our home and for cooking as well. Now turmeric turns yellow in acid and neutral substances. Means it will turn yellow when you put it into acid or any neutral substances, while for bases it will turn into a bright red color. Now this is different from litmus, which turns red for acidic solutions and blue for basic solutions, right? So make sure not to get confused between the two. And of course, if you want to try this out at home, then you can use haldi to see whether your solution is acidic or basic in nature. Now let's look at a few examples. Here we can see lichens, and this is the plant. You can see what it looks like, and here is an example of red litmus paper and blue litmus paper. Below you can also see how it has reacted to acid and base. You can see a red litmus paper which has turned blue because of a drop of base on it. You can see the area which has turned blue, while below you can see a blue litmus paper which has turned red where an acid has been dropped. Drop of acid has been dropped. You can see the difference between the two. While on the other hand, you can see the yellow paper and red paper due to haldi or turmeric. You can see that the place where acid or neutral substance has been dropped, it has turned yellow, while where base has been dropped, it has turned red. Below you can see a normal turmeric paper, and it is turning red because of the base that is being used on it. Right, now let's move on to the next example. China rose. Now China rose is not as commonly used or known as litmus paper and turmeric, but nevertheless it still is a natural indicator. You get China rose indicator by mixing flower petals into warm water till the water becomes colored, right? And it is pink in color. You can look at this photo over here. Now, when you add 5 drops of China rose indicator into acidic solutions, it will turn dark pink. You can look at the photo over here as how it has turned dark pink due to the acid. While if you put it into a basic solution, it will turn green. So for China rose, it turns dark pink when you put it into an acid and green when you put it into a basic solution. And its normal color is pink, right? So that's all for China rose. Now that's it. Thank you. Okay, guys, looks like we have come to an end. Now that's all for today. Next week, we'll continue forward with our chapter acids, bases, and salts. Till then, guys, stay home, stay safe, keep practicing, right? And good luck from me. Thanks once again.